Evening. This is Vishal Singhal from Cellstrat. Thank you for sparing your time to attend this webinar. Uh, since it's time, so we'll be starting now. Some people may be joining in later, so they can keep on joining and we will start the topic now. So we are talking about an important topic today. That's artificial intelligence, adapt operation in the industries of the future. So I'll be talking about some industries which are the emerging technologies. I'm taking industry as a technology because every new technology coming in is becoming an industry in itself. So a little about myself and our startup. So I'm Vishal Singhal, co-founder and AI evangelist. Uh, I take care of business side of things here. We have a team of 2 or 3 people, although small, but we are trying to do a lot of things here. So we are working on multiple world-class machine learning innovations for selected industry verticals. We have a lot of research content available on our site, cellstrat.com. And we are already thought leader in AI communities and among deep tech researchers. We are being called for a lot of high profile conferences for speaking there, as well as showing our demos and even trainings and workshops for corporates. These are some of our focus areas. Artificial intelligence solutions. We are working with some of the companies in e-publishing, marketing automation, automobile sector, text recognition, computer vision, etc. We are developing deep learning algorithmic designs in these kind of models, regression, supervised and supervised learning, neural networks. We do solution development in Python or Google TensorFlow, and sometimes use Amazon AI and Alexa skill sets as well. We have, as I said, we have a lot of content available on our research blog, and we do a lot of such community events for ourselves as well as for our communities as well as for others like NESCOM and others off and on. Like Disrupt 4.0 talk series that we are currently doing as a webinar series. We've done a lot of seminars and webinars in the past as well. And we have certification programs in machine learning from beginners to advanced levels, both for college and corporates. We have had instances where even school students are approaching us as to how to go about entering the AI domain. So they attend our webinars as well as seminars regularly. Okay, now, so uh, here I'll be talking about these 7 industries. First is AI, second blockchain, third cybersecurity, fourth fintech, genomics, quantum computing, and robotics. So uh, I'll be talking about these as well as I'll be talking about how AI is impacting all of these. So uh, I'll be telling at the end why I've kept this topic of today as the title slide was adapt operation AI adapt operation in the industries of the future. So let's take each of them one by one. So AI is said to be achieved when intelligence is exhibited by machines. Although it is far to achieve true AI, but we are already hearing examples of self-driving cars, strategic game systems like Go and chess, and understanding human speech. So one of the simpler examples is Facebook image tagging, or you must be hearing Alexa, Amazon Alexa, or Google Assistants and Series of the word recognizing human voice and responding. So these are some of the smaller examples you are already seeing. But self-driving cars are still in experimental phase because some companies have tried it, but they have failed drastically with accidents happening on the road. So they are still in experimentation stage. So what are AI, ML, and deep learning, and are they same? So they are interchangeably used, but they are actually different. AI is a broad concept. So whenever human intelligence is exhibited by machines, it's called AI. So Amazon purchase predictions, as in recommendation engines, or smart email categorization of Google now, are all examples of AI. When we talk about machine learning, it is the means to achieve AI. So Google Maps showing your traffic systems as well as traffic condition as well as speed of traffic. Facebook facial recognition, Netflix video recommendation, all is part of machine learning. And when we go deeper into intricacies like self-driving cars or speech recognition or robotics, that's where deep learning comes into play. And on the right hand side, you will see data science. It is part of everything. So without data science, I would say AI cannot exist. So data science is nothing but any problem that you see in the world, you can create a model, mathematical model around it, and then code it in programming in Python or TensorFlow, and you will be able to do machine learning there. So on the left-hand side, you see these are all areas of research, which is rule-based reasoning, machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, translation, machine vision, speech to text or text to speech, robotics, autonomous vehicles. All these are all examples of artificial intelligence. Uh, I'd like to say, if you have any questions, you can put them at the. You can keep on putting them. I'll be addressing all of them at the end of the webinar. Okay, so what's happening? We are having all of these departments and more in all our organizations. Uh, but what is happening is AI is automating them. Almost every sphere of department of any department is being automated by AI now. So some example I would like to show here. So role of AI in HR. So for example, so tracking employee engagement to employee development, employee skill matching, employee healthcare. So I have a very good example here. So when we started Cellstrat, we came from the product creation background. So we had created a product for we had a healthcare venture earlier, and we created a disease prediction model product there, in which 22 of the most prevalent diseases could be predicted if a person is going to have that. So employee healthcare, how it can be managing that. So we had a joke going on when we were applying, when we were pitching it to companies, that for example, companies like TCS or Wipro or Infosys of the world, and any other large organization are having large sales departments of every business unit as a separate function. So HR is having our health prediction tool, and they are seeing that SAP business unit, and ERP business unit have having different stress levels, whereas their quarterly targets are being met, but SAP is having less business stress, whereas ERP business unit is having more uh, business stress. So HR goes to SAP business unit head and says that you are fired. But he says that why am I being fired when my numbers are being met? Uh, so the HR says that even numbers of ERP business unit are being met, but they are still stressed out because they are trying to beat their target instead of being satisfied with them. Whereas you are showing no signs of stress or least signs of stress because you are comfortable with what has been achieved already. So we are giving increment to the ERP business unit, and you are being fired. So that was a kind of joke that we used to crack while going into companies, and even they used to laugh at it. So although that product didn't see light of day because Indian corporates didn't bite into it, or healthcare sector was liking more crowds on the ground instead of patient engagement. But while evangelizing that, our delivery became so good that we created this self-start general AI offering around it. So other ways how AI is being used is in skill verification, job fit, and all of these that you see here. So another example is there is a company called Nearby.in, if you have heard of. Earlier it used to be Groupon India, or for others, other people on the webinar from across the world. You must have heard of deal making sites like Groupon there, as well as eBay or other kind of sites which give you deals, which give you very good deals over the current market prices. So Nearby.in is the first company in India to deploy AI in HR, finance, marketing. They are going berserk with AI. So they are deploying AI in all possible departments. They triple their revenues in just uh, 3 months of deployment of AI recommendation engine. Then they deployed AI in finance first, and now recently they deployed, about an year back, they deployed AI in HR. So it was telling them uh, about skill verification and job fit. So people apply with various skill sets on their resume, but whereas their online profiles, their online skill assessment show that they are actually not fit or unfit for any job. So, and then if somebody applies in nearby.in, so their resume gets shortlisted by a AI bot at the backend. Then it goes to a video interview stage where again a bot is taking interview, whereas a person is feeling that he is being interviewed, he or she is being interviewed by a human being on the other end. But actually, it is a AI module. And while undergoing video interview, his speech, face, and eye movements, everything are being tested for authenticity of answer by the AI module. After you clear that, you go to question and answer assessment. It's a written computer based test, which is again tested by AI, and you may be given easier or more difficult questions by the answers that you give. And then if you clear that, then only you get to the real human being for the negotiation stage. That's when you come into interface with any human being in that company for the first time, right from the stage of application until that time. So that's one of the use cases of AI in HR. So global AI market size is expected to grow to $190.61 billion by 2025 from just 21.46 billion in 2018. So that's a research by Markets and Markets company. Next is there is some question there. I'll be coming to all the questions later. I'm getting some questions here, but you keep on pouring them. I'll be answering all of them at the end of it. So besides AI, I'm not very sure on the other technologies. I'm not expert on those, but have read a decent level in AI, so I can talk more about it. But I'll be talking about what other technologies are there where traction is coming in. So blockchain is a continuously growing list of records of blocks. So you can take it as a example is you can take if you are taking a panoramic picture of a beach, and if you remove some pixels from in between that image, the picture will go blurred in that area. So you can call it these are all blocks in which the shutters that take the picture. So you can say all shutters are blocks, and if some of those blocks go missing, then the picture will go blurred. So similarly, blockchain works on the blocks concept. They are connected to each other with each proceeding block having a address and date stamp of the previous block. So it is nearly impossible to hack a blockchain. But combo products involving AI and blockchain are already coming into existence. There is a company called Talla, TALLA. If you check their product, it's called BotChain, BOTCHAIN. So a lot of companies are deploying bots across different departments or different modules inside their companies in finance and in customer service, marketing, and others. But how to authenticate if it's your bot, if it's a right bot in the right department? So Tella has created this patent pending product called BotChain, in which blockchain connected bots will be there, and it will be truly authenticated to be existing, existing oblique what should I say? So truly existing in a certain department or belonging to that department, and belonging to the company itself. Otherwise, anybody can hack from outside and deploy their bots with a anonymous face. So company people or consumers will think that it's the right bot from the company itself, and they will reveal their information. But bot chain will make sure that this agent auditing is done and compliance and regulations are followed and communication standards are maintained. Okay. Another hand. Okay. So this is just a example how blockchain works. As I said, I'm not expert at this, so this is probably the right way of explaining. So if a transaction is being requested, the requested transaction is broadcast to a P2P peer-to-peer network consisting of computers or nodes. Validation happens over the of the transaction by the user status using known algorithms. A verified transaction can involve cryptocurrency, contracts, records, or other information. Once verified, it gets connected to the global blockchain, and address is defined for that block, and time stamping happens for that block for other blocks to coexist with. So new block is then added to the existing blockchain in a way that is permanent and unalterable. Then it then when this happens, it is the transaction is said to be complete. This is how probably a blockchain works. So roles of blockchain in a company. So expected market size is to grow to $7.6 billion by 2022 from just 411 million in 2017. Again, a research by Markets and Markets. So digital identities, passports, birth certificates, everything can be stored over blockchain. Employment records can be maintained over blockchain. So for Indians on the webinar, I think there a new service by Indian government has come in wherein you don't have to store any of your certificates. You can store it online, and you will have address of each certificate that you have with a key which you can give to any employer or anybody desiring to see your certificate, and you will be able to share just that part of your certificate. You won't have to share right from school or college or corporates. You can just show the desired address and they will be able to see that records. So certificate storage and management, health record management. So these days, there's a huge problem, and it used to be a huge problem when only paper records used to be there. But now each hospital is digitizing their records. But again, for authenticity, they can put it on blockchain, and you will be able to share that blockchain address to with anybody across the world just with a key and blockchain address, the block address, and they will be able to see your health records without any hindrance and delay. So distributed cloud storage, charities and non-profits. So then international financial transactions, smart contracts management, and all the others that you are seeing here. So digital voting, Venezuela, I think was the first country to apply digital voting over blockchain. So they conducted their blockchain-based digital voting, I think, in last year's elections, and they were pretty successful at that. Okay. So how to get into blockchain careers? So blockchain and infrastructure technology. So you should be knowing web and mobile application. Most of the tools that have been developed in C++. So having solid knowledge of language is almost fundamental. You can go through Marmalade blog post, which is slightly long, but it gives you a good understanding of dynamics of technology. C hash programmer, blockchain programming, C hash. This website gives you good in-depth and free book that will give you get you started on blockchain programming. This blog gives you started on decentralized apps on Ethereum blockchain and IBM Blockchain 101. It is a free initiative by IBM, probably for getting more and more developers on their platform, Bluemix platform, for getting them started, as well as giving them tools and platform to create their own products on blockchain. Next is cybersecurity. It is probably the biggest industry till date in digital world, and so there are three main kinds of cyber attacks today. So which are confidentiality attack, availability attack, and then integrity attack. Confidentiality attack is where your personal information gets hacked. For example, your credit card details get hacked, or your bank account information gets hacked. Next is availability attack, in which your website or apps are temporarily shut down because of distributed denial of service or denial of service attacks. And it happens because attacker is using probably thousands of systems to request transactions on your site, and it goes down due to heavy traffic, and without distinguishing whether it's attacker's traffic or a legitimate traffic. Network integrity attacks are most physical in nature and cause damage to hardware, infrastructure, or real-world systems. So, example is Associated Press Twitter account was hacked with blended confidentiality and integrity attack, which plummeted the New York Stock Exchange by 150 points, devaluing market by almost $136 billion. So they came to know in about 11-12 minutes what's happening, and they were able to rectify the systems by shifting the servers in real time. Uh, but by then, $136 billion were already gone. Uh, so AI is already beginning to be used in to bolster cybersecurity as well. Till now, cybersecurity has been of the nature that something has happened and then you come to know, and then you take precautionary measures. But now, with so much of data being played with, AI is coming into play, and it is giving you predictive or prescriptive analytics as to if a cyber attack is going to happen, and if and what action you should take uh, to prevent that attack to happen. Now, cybersecurity market size is expected to go to $231.9 billion by 2022, from just $137.85 billion in 2017. And these figures may be old, but I'm just giving you indicative figures here. Some people are saying that they are not able to hear my voice. Can you please confirm if you are able to hear or not? If you are not, I will suggest, okay, let me write it. You are not able to hear me, please log out and log back in. Some people are saying we can hear. So probably, so whoever is not able to hear, please log back out and log back in, please. Great, thank you for confirming. I will go ahead from here. So part to careers in cybersecurity. So cybersecurity is just not security. If you get experience from other areas of IT, or multiple domains in IT or otherwise, it can help you very well. So well-rounded experience in tech world would be great. Else you should get those experiences. Master of fundamental of data networks, be an expert at administrating multiple OSs, etc. Sometimes it's who you know that works. So network a lot. Share more and more of your knowledge in online and offline meetups, conferences, and network more and more, and try to know as many uh, top influencers in the industry, so that they will be able to guide you as well as connect you to the right places when you do need it. So not in tech yet, so you should start studying basics of IT. Legitimize your skills by earning certifications. Security plus certification is a good place to start. And CISSP is a certification. I'm told it's a very good one that you should get to if you want to get into this area. Self-directed learning and a lot of experimentations are critical anyhow. Since it is dealing with a lot of data related areas, so if you have background in data, big data, you are quite ahead of all the things. Otherwise, you should get competency at noticing trends in large amount of data, or start learning and collecting and analyzing large amounts of information. That will help. Some people. Sure. So this webinar is being recorded, and we'll be putting it on our self-study YouTube channel in a day or two. So it will be provided. If you have missed some portion, you'll be able to hear it then. Next is genomics. Uh, so I have deliberately skipped one area, which is called FinTech. So before genomics, I'll go to FinTech here. So FinTech uh, is a combination of blockchain, AI, older technologies, uh, and cybersecurity. So if you know to get into FinTech, you have to be having good financial knowledge, good financial domain knowledge, good financial domain technology knowledge, cybersecurity knowledge, if you can get it. Blockchain knowledge will help, because that's going to be the in thing for every financial transaction going forward. And AI, if you want to get into the real-time analytics of the information. So fintech is a combination of lot of things. So that's why I've skipped the slide there. So if you know other areas, cybersecurity, blockchain, AI, you can be good in the fintech space. Next is genomics. So it is interdisciplinary field of science focusing on structure, function, evolution, mapping, and editing of genomes. So genomics is in the developed world is being tested to cure diseases like cancer, brain ailments, etc. Very good example on this is Bill Gates once said that like any big company that you think of, Microsoft, IBM, Google, everybody is trying to invest in genomics area. They are not leaving any industry unturned, any stone unturned in their business expansion. So they are saying even you would be able to have custom baby generation if you are able to afford it. So the three companies that I've listed here, Genome Patri is an Indian one, Indian company based out of, I think, Bombay. Base Health and 23andMe. 23andMe is a company in which Sergey Brin's, Google's co-founder's wife, has invested. They are big, and they are trying to do genome mapping and manipulations to see where the genomics market is going. Now, global genomics market in 2017 was about 14 billion, and is expected to reach by 24 billion by 2023. Uh, so yes, but studies in biotechnology and related specialized fields can get you into genomics career. But since here we are saying that physical and digital and biological words are amalgamating or merging, so lots and lots of data will be produced, which will require again real-time analytics, real-time and predictive and prescriptive analytics, which this will need AI to be there to be able to interpret all that data. So again, AI is playing a role in genomics. Next is quantum computing. So quantum computing is quantum mechanical phenomena such as position, and entanglement. So common digital computing has data is encoded into binary digits, which is just 0 and 1. Whereas in quantum computing, it will be qubits or quantum bits, which can hold a combination of 0 and 1 simultaneously. It can be 0, 1 or 0, 1 or 1, 0 things like that. So quantum computing is being used in for discovering of new medicines and material, enabling ultra-efficient logistics and supply chain, modeling financial data, and making machine learning much more powerful. So again, all the big companies, Google, IBM, Microsoft, they are experimenting and researching the quantum computing area. Some people ask what will happen after AI, so probably quantum computing would be next, but already AI is tough to understand and deploy. So quantum computing would be much more tougher than AI to be uh, learned and deployed. So part to get started with quantum computing, IBM has again started a Q Experience, which is a free platform for IBM. So you can learn the algorithms there, experiment and collaboratively explore what might be possible with quantum computing. So this is more and more companies, big companies are giving free platforms to users so that they can garner those users and get them on their platform. But again, to get hands-on experimenting and platform ready platform there, you can use these system platforms to be able to get a hang of the new technologies. So what is robotics? Robotics is the last, I think. So robotics is a branch of technology which deals with robots. So robots are programmable machines which are usually able to carry out a series of actions autonomously or semi-autonomously. So earlier it used to be part of mechanical, electrical, electronics domain, but now more and more companies are demanding vision capability, hearing capability, responding capability, human intelligence capability. So that's why robotics has entered the AI space as well. But AI is or robotics is not equal to each other. Whereas, as I said in the beginning, when somebody asks me, what do you do? So I say I deal in artificial intelligence or develop AI systems. So they don't understand that. But if you say that I work in robotics, so they will understand that it must be doing something with something to do with computer learning and computer imitating humans. So, but that is not the truth. So, robotics is not equal to AI. So, robotics has gained artificial intelligence with AI modules and uh, being merged with them. It was not that robotics was part of AI right from beginning. So what are artificial intelligent robots? They are a bridge between robotics and AI and are controlled by AI programs. Most robots are not artificially intelligent. Until quite recently, all industrial robots could only be programmed to carry out a repetitive series of movements. Besides engineering, robots now involve AI too. Some robotic companies, so again, Gray Orange is the most funded oblique uh, profitable company now in India. It's based out of Gurgaon in North India, and most companies across India or the surrounding countries are deploying gray orange robots for logistics, for supply chain, for manufacturing, you name it. QTPy is a uh, very good example I say to people. It's the Bangalore-based Lego company, Lego toys company, but they are training their kids as well as kids of schools and others in societies to make robots out of them, have artificial intelligence modules like vision computing or speech recognition built into them. So they are already, I think last year I met them, so they said that they've created a robot with I think audio and speech recognition capability, and they can recognize the voice as well as do some tasks of a receptionist. So they were pitching it to corporate, saying that receptionist easily cost about 25,000 rupees a month, which turns out to be about 300,000 rupees a year. If you just deploy QT by a robot with just a guard there, you will be just spending about 50,000 rupees. So that's about 1/6 of the annual salary of a receptionist. And that robot can be deployed on the reception 24/7. It will not ask for leaves. It will not ask for any pay increments or anything like that. So they were testing it with some companies in Bangalore, and with a vision that they will be deploying a lot of AI capabilities going forward in their future versions of robots. Uh, and next is Instructive Surgical, iRobot, Yaskawa, Electrical Corporation, Kuga, Adapt Technology, and many more. So iRobot is a company that has created robotic vacuum cleaners with AI capabilities. It can map entire house floor of yours when you first deploy it, and it comes in as less as 18 to 20,000 range in INR, and can clean your house every few hours as you set it up, and will automatically operate. Once deployed, it will go to your entire house, map it, and then after every few hours, it will be going around your house, checking for any pilferages or any trash, and it will suck them in, and you can clean them or empty their bags once or twice a day. So that reduces your dependency on cleaning maids and servants through the day. Now, global robotics market is likely to cross $130 billion by 2025, or probably it has already reached that stage. So, yeah, it's coming to this as well. So, in 2021, research companies say that educators will be having only 23% of student supply, whereas employer demand will be much higher with analytics or AI skills. So, if you are not learning AI now, you may be left redundant in this area, in the gray area. So, to be into the red area, you have to be learning AI skills. So I would like to take you through some of the programs that we are developing or we have developed for our audience. So we have this 6 months program in which we have three programs, which is machine learning. We strongly believe in instructor-led programs or instructor-supported programs, because I personally feel I cannot learn mathematics or algorithmic or coding from a video-based course only. So we have an instructor-led program which is taken by my colleague Vivek, who's a chief data scientist on our team, and sometimes guest instructors as well, who are also senior data scientists themselves. So we have a first machine learning program, which is instructor-led. It is about 5 weeks or 60 hours program. Besides that, we give you lots of practice on coding tutorials, quizzes, and exercises. After that, there's a 2 to 3 weeks gap here, and then is a deep learning instructor-led course, again 5 weeks, 60 hours. Then again 2 to 3 weeks of self-practice gap, where we give you a lot of tutorials and exercises to work on, and then advanced neural networks course, uh, and then again 2 to 3 weeks of self-practice, which will make you ready to be a decent level data scientist if you have done both data science and Python or TensorFlow programming in our program, and prepare you for the career in AI and ML. Beyond this, if you practice a lot, as much as possible on data science and uh, coding assignments or coding projects over next 6 months, you can become an intermediate level data scientist with good hands-on knowledge and good grasp on data science skills, which will give you, which will get you a decent level job. If you have We have had three batches in which we have had mostly experienced people. So 3 years up to yeah, as high as 38 or 40 years experienced people are coming in and learning machine learning with us. But as I said, it's very, very tough area to be in. So you should have good mathematics conceptual knowledge from your 12th standard or high school, and some level of coding from any language, whether it's Java, C++, or any others, and you'll be able to pick up Python there. So what we cover in our machine learning program is this. So introduction to AI and ML, maths basics, Python, types of learning, classification, regression, a lot of algorithmic knowledge there, data preparation, decision trees, support vector machines, unsupervised learning, and intro to deep learning. So we, in this previous slide I would go. So we are starting a deep learning instructor-led program on November 13 because we have already had two or three batches of machine learning. But if you want to get into this, there's a self-paced program that we have launched. So you can cover that in 5 weeks time starting now. And it's very less priced as well. So it's instructor supported. So you will be learning on your own, but Vivek will be checking all your assignments and giving you any help that you require offhand over email or WhatsApp or any way you ask him. So that's a way to get into deep learning course. Now, what we cover here, the kind of learning resources, these are programming demos, hands-on exercises and tutorials, quizzes and assessments, capstone project, which you need to complete at the end of the program to be able to get a certificate or to be able to get a understanding that yes, you have understood all the concept and are able to program what is required there. Instruction by India's leading data scientist faculty and live chat with industry experts off and on as required. So this is about it. So let's take up some questions now. Okay. Short time. We have about 19 minutes left. So, okay, let's take questions one by one. So first question is, so data science is a big umbrella and AI falls under it. I would say AI is a broad concept and data science supports the complete AI. Without data science, you cannot be working in AI technical domain. So there is a AI for managers as well, but there you should have some basic knowledge of data science, but not hardcore data science would be required. But yes, yeah, data science is required for all technical problems to be solved in AI, whether it's machine learning, deep learning, or advanced deep learning. Facebook facial part of deep learning, not just ML. So Facebook facial recognition is part ML, part DL. So part ML when it suggests that it may be so and so. So sometimes when I tag my colleague Vivek on my Facebook post, so it sometimes suggests it may be Vivek, but it is not sure. So DL is the part where it will say that yes, it is Vivek, definitely. So Facebook facial part is ML, but part DL it will come later on, not now. What is Box.ai? Where did I say that? So Box.ai is a recommendation engine company. I worked with that company for some time. It's a recommendation engine and probably the only company in India having that kind of product. Their nearest competitor is in USA. That's what I came to know them. I found out there. So they are doing good. They are signing a lot of customers on everyday basis. Did Cellstart develop the job fit AI for nearby? No, we did not develop the HR module there. They are using a ready product from some company out of Bangalore. What will blockchain replace? I'm sorry, I don't know. Blockchain will probably replace the currently broken system. Uh, Currently broken system where all documents, all certificates are lying as a separate thing. They are not attached to an identity. Although my certificates from school to college will say same name and same date of birth or anything, but there can be many people from same name and same date of birth. but blockchain will be able to connect it right from my birth to death, all my certificates, right from birth certificate to death certificate to school certificate, colleges and corporates, everything put together. Okay. Is it good to take ethical hacking security certification? See, although it is good to take, you can take any kind of certification, but why I took kept the title of this webinar as artificial intelligence adapt or perish in industries of the future. You can be part of any of these industries separately. I have already told you the career path, although you may have to go deeper into how you can get into any of them. But if you go into any of them, you stick to that industry only. Whereas if you get into AI, which is affecting all of them now, so you can be part of any industry at any moment of time because you know the I would say top technology that is affecting all of them. So you can be part of any of these, or you can be part of AI and be part of any of these at any moment of time. So before I go ahead and answer all other questions, I would like to let's do a poll here. I have released a poll. Can you please answer these? Who are you? You're a software developer, non-developer, software tester, sales and marketing professional, or any other. Some people have already left, but yes, people, if they can respond, it will be good. Okay, some more are left. Some more are left. Would you like to respond, please? Okay, let's go ahead with this. So we have about 60% developers, about 25% non-developers, and 8% are saying others. That's fine. Thank you. So going to next question. What are the languages involved in this course? I am good at Python, but I don't know other. So other languages like R language or any other. So you don't need to know R language. If you are good in Python, you are good to go. And you will be better off actually because we'll be touching basics of Python. We'll be taking helping some others who don't know Python. But if you know Python, you are good to go. You will be at an advantage. I'm a product manager in an IT firm for managers. How can I cope with such technologies? Hardcore coding could be a job of data scientist, but how to use these technologies in our core products? How can I make my product manager's career more great using these technologies? Okay, so good question. So see, although if you have a technical knowledge, if you have a coding knowledge, you can take the technical side of data science and AI course and become a data scientist and perform technical roles. But there's something called AI for managers also. So we have had, as I said, we have got a lot of people from 3 to 40 years of experience doing these courses. So these are mostly technical people, but we have had instances where we got quite a few requests from 8 years to 15 years to 20 years experienced people where they said that they left coding long time back. They don't remember. They won't like to go into it, but would like to understand what are the AI concepts and do's and don'ts, best practices, etc. In their domain, so that they can still be part of AI without coding. So yes, you can still be part of AI without coding, but yes, you may not be getting so high salaries as the developers, but yes, you will not be able to you will be able to sustain your job at least. So in AI for managers, we take relevant case studies from different domains. We give you best practice areas. We give you do's and don'ts in AI. What are the basic concepts? So we give you very basic data science knowledge as well, so that you can talk intelligently with the clients and customers or your people, and you can architect a solution at least on the base level, and then a business analyst with a tech background can code it to a technical level, and then it can go to the developers. Can I have slide? I didn't understand. So all of the recording of this webinar would be available on our Self-Start YouTube channel. You'll be able to find it easily. You could just go to YouTube and look for Self-Start channel, and you will be able to find the recording of this webinar in a day or two. And is this course area of study help those who did electronics and communication engineering students get a job? See, I am very active on Quora, and I frequently answer these questions where people are asking, I'm a paper and pulp engineer, I'm an electronics and communication engineer, I'm a mechanical engineer. Can I get into data science or AI, or can I do these courses? Certainly. So my answer is certainly. If you have good knowledge of maths from high school, if you have some knowledge of coding from either of these, either from any of the technology like C++, PHP, Java, C hash, anything for that matter, you'll be able to easily pick up Python, and then later on TensorFlow as well. And whether or not you get a job is totally upon you. If you do a lot of hard work, just this course will not get you a job. We can give you a lot of examples of what kind of questions are asked in interviews, but we cannot ensure that you will be able to perform. It's upon you. If you do a lot of practice on the codings and tutorial assignments, as well as other projects you can find on Kaggle and in anywhere else, yes, you will be able to develop good knowledge and be able to clear those interviews and perform on those jobs. But it's totally upon you. As I said, on 6 months of course, we give you about good 90 to 100 hours of instruction. Beyond that, it's lots and lots of hard labor and coding experience that you gain over tutorial exercises, projects, any data sets, and working on solutions there from online resources. It's completely on you. You will need at least 6 months of good hard labor on this course, plus another 6 months of very hard labor and very good practice on all the concepts and coding and data science algorithms, which are being every day or alternate day, new algorithms are coming up. So it's possibly, I would say, it's possibly impossible to learn all of those. But if you can get a hang of most used ones, a good hang on all of them with coding on solving those problems on those models, you can get a job in it. If you can give 1 year of good hard labor, you can have a very good job in this domain. Where will we get the pricing for the course on AIML? Okay, just hold on. I will come to that right away. Although it is priced from 8 to 12,000, but let me come to that. Let me show you the same. So this is Self-Start site, and these are the certification programs. So right now we don't have a machine learning instructor-led program, but we have an instructor-supported program which is this one. So it is just priced at 4,000 rupees. You can self-learn on it, but again, Vivek will be checking all the tutorials and exercises, and you can talk to him, you can WhatsApp him, you can email him, and you can interact with him as and when required. Obviously, not in sleeping hours, but otherwise you will be able to interact with him and be able to cover all the prerequisites and requisites for this course to go ahead with the deep learning program. So you can go to cellstrat.com and get all the information. It is just priced at 4,000 rupees in self-paced mode. Other deep learning and advanced deep learning are both priced at 8,000 to 12,000, depending upon the time you sign up for it. For example, until November, deep learning course is priced at 8,000. Beyond that, it will go to 10 and then 12K price. I hope I have answered your question. Okay. Now, I'll go back to this slide. You can also go to this link, bit.ly/csmlp. It will take you to the same page that I just went to. Okay. Now, let's take other questions. Okay. What will be the timing of course, and is it online or offline? And you mentioned deep learning start from November 13. Is it daily or weekend course? So, okay. So, timing of the course. So machine learning self-paced program can be done at any moment of time. So you will be interacting directly with Vivek. So he'll be sending you videos. And these are pre-recorded videos from our first batch. We are giving those videos because there were a lot of questions asked by the first batch themselves. So you may be having same questions. Like second batch also had similar questions. So they were able to get answers then and there in the video itself because those questions were asked by the first batch. And any other questions, you can definitely ping Vivek on email or WhatsApp, and you will be able to get the answer from it. And so it's a self-paced program. You will have to do it at your own pace. Whenever you finish the videos, of first or second module or any others, Vivek may be asking you some questions. You will have to answer those, and if you are able to answer, or if you say that you are able to cope up, he will be sending you further videos and tutorials and exercises. Uh, Mentioned deep learning start from November 13. Is it daily or weekend course? So we have experimented where we did a, let me go back to deep learning course. Deep learning. So we have had an experiment where we tried launching a weekend course, but we felt that it's not working. Weekend people don't want to study. Irony. So their families demand their time and they are not able to study. So we have again brought it back to uh, weekday batches. So it will be 7:30 to 10:30 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. So two classes per week of 3 hours each, and it will be live instructor-led coaching by Vivek himself. So 30 hours of instructor-led sessions, 20 hours of self-practice on coding tutorials, and 10 hours of project. So that would be the distribution. What is the basic salary given to a no experienced candidate who studies this course? Uh, as I mentioned, this course alone will not make you a data scientist. You'll have to put in lots and lots of hard work. You may be able to clear a basic startup level or maybe mid-sized company, slightly more bigger than a startup company job, but if you don't have good practice on it, you will not be able to perform on the job. So I would say you should put at least 6 months of good hard labor to be able to get a good job. And what basic salary to a fresher? So I have known students who have learned, who completed their Python in their school level itself, and then they just focused on data science in their college, and they get anywhere between 6 to 10 lakhs package. And I have also seen students from some good colleges, some not so good colleges, who slog their who slog and do lot of hard labor in coding and data science knowledge gaining in their graduation and 3 years degree program. That by the time they are in their third year, they know lots and lots of stuff in Python, TensorFlow, data science, you name it. So sky is the limit for them. I'll give you another example. So you are talking about a job after engineering. You should pick up Forbes India magazine for July. There's a Forbes India issue of July, and you will see three people on the front page. There's a company called Ati Autonomics in Bangalore, if I am not mistaken or if I'm not forgetting. So they make autonomous vehicles for industrial usage. And the three people that you will see there on the right, one on the right will be my classmate from my school, Saurabh Chandra. Next on the left hand side is a professor who resigned from IISc Bangalore because he wanted to do something entrepreneurial. So he was just on verge of getting retired, and he resigned from there and joined this company as the co-founder. And the third guy sitting on the vehicle shown in the picture is just 16-year-old guy. He's not even college. He's not even a full school student. So I won't say he's not even a high school pass out. He dropped it from a school at the age of 12 years, which is around seventh or eighth class. And because he was good in Python and he was not liking anything that was taught in school, he approached this professor from IISc Bangalore. He asked him that I would like to be under your guidance and learn Python and data science and whatnot. But that professor just took him by the joke, and he said that you are a kid, you won't be able to do. But they were discussing some problem there, and this guy was carrying a laptop, and he coded their problem statement or their whatever they were talking about in half an hour. And they showed this guy showed the professor that, is this what you're talking about? So he was so impressed that they started mentoring him, guiding him. Now he's co-founder in that company, kind of, and he's getting 18 lakhs per annum of job. He's getting 18 lakhs per annum of salary, 1800,000 INR per annum of salary. You are talking about after engineering. I'll give you another example. Uh, I have a nephew of 9 years in ninth class of school. He's very much he used to be very good in bakery earlier. He left his bakery hobby. He came to IoT and he started seeing videos of drones and AI and whatnot on YouTube. He got a hang of it. He created a drone worth 27,000 rupees in ninth class. He has been covered in newspaper recently, and you can see his probably article on my LinkedIn profile. And when I spread the news, people from all sorts of companies, oblique angels, investors, everybody is saying that we would like to be connected to him and help him further develop his ideas in IoT and AI. He has deployed a full, I think, FPQ camera. That's what was written there on the drone, and it can be used for surveillance. It can be used for architectural construction usage and things like that. And I would say checking if there are any defects left in the building to be uh, carried out, the repairs to be carried out. So it completely depends upon you what kind of salaries you get and what kind of hard labor you put. It's directly proportional. It's not that this course will make you a data scientist, but your labor itself will make you a data scientist. Is this helpful for someone who did electronics engineering with no experience in computer science? How many hours to become a master in this area? Master or top of above the threshold? As I said, 1 year. 1 year hard labor, good exercise, good hands-on practice both on data science and coding will give you very good salary, career, you name it. Should you go abroad to study any master's program in computer science and why? I don't suggest it. So, because I know one girl from my society here, my apartment, who has gone to University of Illinois in USA, and I had told her from in her engineering graduation that you should be learning these kind of areas now. She did not listen. I think I told her in her 11th or 12th standard. She did not listen. She has gone for BTech in engineering and from University of Illinois. She's learning all the same thing that I told her to do here. So you can learn everything and anything that you want in India and be able to get good jobs instead of going abroad and spending thousands of dollars uh, and then trying to do anything. So I don't suggest going abroad and doing any computer science course. You can learn everything here itself, paying in rupees instead of dollars abroad. Is Python available on iPad under iOS? I'm sorry. You will have to have uh, a system, a laptop, good i5 module laptop. Let me take you there on the screen itself. Uh, So here it says candidate must have a personal desktop or laptop with minimum Intel i5 processor or above, preferred Intel i7 or equivalent AMD processor with minimum of 4 GB RAM. You will not be able to do Python on iPad, sir. Sometimes people have problems even deploying some libraries which we suggest before the course, so they can do the tutorials and exercises over Macs. It is possible, iMacs, but iPad definitely no. You will not be able to do it. Who are better professionals, managers or developers? For higher salaries, developers. For decent salaries, managers. Depends upon what's your taste and what's your career level as of today. Uh, Great, thank you. Thanks. How many hours of hard work should you do? Because it's up to you. You can work. Yeah, I have seen students who do 18 hours a day. I have seen students who code for 48 hours a day. 48 hours hackathons happen and they are performing all the time. Course price again, self-paced course is 4,000 plus taxes. That comes to about 4,700 or 4,800 odd, 4,720. And deep learning course is 8,000 right now until November 1st. After that, it will be 10,000, and then nearer to the course, it will be 12,000. Hi Vishal, Node.js or React.js is helpful in developing AI related projects? Uh, Not sure. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I can't comment on it. Mentoring is also part of the training. Uh, well, well, we have a AI lab facility. So if you are able to perform good, you are invited there, and you can be part of the coding exercise that happens there with working professionals coming from other companies as well. So mentoring is part of training, yes, to a certain extent. We are always open. Both me and Vivek are very much open to mentoring, but it cannot be a full-time affair. So yes, partial mentoring off and on can work. What is the path of courses need to do in your product? I could see machine learning, self-based, then deep learning going to start in the next month, and next which course need to finish. Please give me a path of courses need to do to be expertise in AI. Well, so there are 3 or 4 programs. So you start with machine learning, go on to uh, deep learning, then advanced deep learning or advanced neural networks. So that is the path. And then so in AI, if you get into AI or any technology for that matter now, gone are the days that you do one language, just keep on tweaking it for a bit in your future and your career is set. Now it is a if you want to be in technology, it's a never-ending learning game. So you have to be prepared to be there and learning all the time. You have to unlearn, learn, unlearn, learn, unlearn, learn. That is a kind of exercise that will be happening. Or learn, relearn, learn, relearn, learn, relearn. That kind of loop will go on forever now if you are in technology. So these three courses are will give you good level of data science and AI or machine learning knowledge. But as I said, further quantum computing may be coming. Or further, if you want to make a autonomous car, so there is a whole module on autonomous cars itself, how to create autonomous cars. But that will be too advanced. You will be overwhelmed with a lot of algo knowledge and coding in probably deep learning itself. So that is a far-fetched idea to explore right now. But yes, there is no ending to learning. So I don't see any other questions. Any other questions, guys? So I'll take you to the slide now. So I have given the number here. So you can, there's a WhatsApp group on which we share a lot of content, as well as we have groups online also, but we have WhatsApp group on this number. If you send a message to this number saying that you attended this or any previous webinars and you would like to be part of the Disrupt 4.0 group. So this is a Disrupt 4.0 group. You can be part of our meetup group. You will be updated with any future webinars or events happening. Next is we are very active on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Quora, myself, and we have a active Disrupt 4.0 group where we share a lot of content with along with our LinkedIn profiles. And there also people are there from right from student to MD level of large companies. So it's a no tolerance group. So I personally manage that group and Vivek sometimes. So if you share any content besides the emerging technologies or besides the these seven technologies, preferably besides nothing besides these seven technologies would be desired. So anything beyond these seven technologies, if you put and any kind of greetings, any kind of spam messages, any kind of forwards, you will be removed from the group without being asked any questions. We have a zero tolerance policy there because a lot of people are there from a lot of companies across the world, right from junior level to very senior level. So if you want to be part of that group, you are most welcome. You can send me a message. I'll need name, location, designation, uh, company, and your interest in AI. So if you send me a message on this number, I'll be able to add you to the Disrupt 4.0 group, and you can interact or ask any queries there, as well as get a lot of gyan off and on. So I'm not seeing any more questions. If you have, please do send, and I'm here to respond to those. I'm well over time, 13 minutes over time. So another 2 minutes and then we'll close. Another question is come, I think. Okay. Thank you guys. So most welcome. We will be uploading this video on our YouTube self-start channel in 2-3 days time max. I hope recording has gone well. And you're most welcome to attend our future webinars. We have another one tomorrow by my colleague Vivek, and any other webinars going forward. We have many webinars lined up until November, I think 3rd, maybe later. But we keep on we keep on doing such webinars. We also have some career webinars, career counseling webinars where we give a lot of in-depth deep dive into what what kind of jobs, what kind of salaries, what kind of companies, all of that is covered there. So I hope you like the webinar, and look forward to see you in future webinars. Thank you. Have a good day for the world, and good night for people in India.